Hello and welcome to Cairo, or as I like to call it, the city that's hiding more treasures than a pharaoh's tomb. Now, we all know about the pyramids, those giant pointy things you can practically see from space. But what about the spots even the locals try to keep secret? That's right, folks. Cairo's got hidden gems so well hidden, even Google Maps had to ask for directions. And trust me, after this video, you'll be ditching the tourist traps and booking a one-way ticket to obscurity. Get ready to explore ancient wonders, bizarre museums, and places so Instagrammable, your followers will think you've discovered a new continent. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the top 10 places in Cairo that'll have you saying pyramids who. First up, we're venturing just outside Cairo to a place called Al Fayoum. It's so off the beaten path, even most Egyptians would struggle to point it out on a map. This hidden gem is tucked away in the vast desert, making it a true adventure to locate. Seriously, getting there was like trying to find a decent kebab in a vegetarian convention, long, confusing, and ultimately involving a very grumpy camel. The journey itself is an experience, filled with unexpected twists and turns. But let me tell you folks, Al Fayoum was worth the trek. The moment you arrive, you realize why this place is so special. Imagine a sprawling oasis, complete with waterfalls, lakes, and enough ancient ruins to make Indiana Jones jealous. The natural beauty here is simply breathtaking. We're talking temples older than time itself, pottery shards whispered to hold the secrets of the universe, and enough sand to satisfy even the most ambitious sandcastle architect. Every corner of Al Fayoum tells a story of ancient civilizations. And the best part? You won't be fighting off hordes of tourists for the perfect selfie. It's a serene escape from the hustle and bustle of more popular destinations. It's just you, the camels, and maybe a few bewildered archaeologists wondering how you found the place. This sense of solitude and discovery makes Al Fayoum a truly unique experience. Next, we're heading to a place that screams ancient history with the subtlety of a screaming mummy Wadi Degla protectorate. This hidden gem is nestled just outside the bustling city of Cairo, offering a stark contrast to the urban chaos. Now, I know what you're thinking. A protectorate sounds thrilling. But trust me, this place is anything but boring. But hold your horses, because this place is more exciting than a chariot race after a few too many jugs of fermented fig juice. It's a natural wonderland that will leave you breathless. Picture this: towering limestone cliffs, canyons carved by time itself, and valleys so lush, you'd swear you'd stumbled into a hidden jungle. The landscape is so diverse, it feels like stepping into a different world. This isn't just a nature reserve, folks, it's a time machine. Walking through Wadi Degla is like taking a journey back to the days of the pharaohs. Just imagine, thousands of years ago, this place was probably crawling with ancient Egyptians looking for a good time. They might have gathered here to celebrate, dance, and enjoy the natural beauty. I'm talking hieroglyphic graffiti, impromptu chariot races, and maybe even a few sacrificial offerings to the gods of good vibes. The echoes of their laughter and excitement still seem to linger in the air. Today you can hike, climb, and explore to your heart's content, all while pretending you're an extra in a really low-budget Indiana Jones sequel. The trails here offer a perfect blend of adventure and history, making it a must-visit for any thrill-seeker or history buff. From the great outdoors, we're stepping into a place that's equal parts opulent and spooky, the Manuel Palace. This architectural marvel is like a time capsule of early 20th century Cairo, complete with lavish gardens, intricate tilework, and enough antique furniture to make even the most seasoned antique enthusiast faint. But here's the thing about Manuel Palace. Rumor has it, it's haunted. And not just by any ghost, oh no, but by the ghost of Prince Muhammad Ali Ibrahim himself, the former resident and a man who clearly took interior design very, very seriously. So if you ever find yourself wandering the palace's echoing halls and stumble upon a ghostly figure adjusting a vase or straightening a portrait, don't be alarmed. It's just the prince, making sure his home is still looking fabulous for the afterlife. Now let's talk about a place that's as ancient as it is essential, the Nilometer. This unassuming structure might not look like much, but back in the day, it was more important than a camel with a water bottle in the middle of the desert. It was a lifeline for the ancient Egyptians. You see, the Nilometer was used to measure the Nile River's water levels, which was kind of a big deal in ancient Egypt. The rise and fall of the Nile dictated the fate of their crops and ultimately their survival. Think of it as the original weather app, but instead of telling you to wear a coat, It provided crucial information about the coming seasons. It told you whether you were going to have a bountiful harvest or be forced to eat sand for dinner. And let's be honest, that's a pretty big deal when your entire civilization depends on agriculture. A place this steeped in history with its dark chambers and mysterious markings holds many secrets of the past. It's probably the perfect hideout for a few mummies looking to keep an eye on the Nile's water levels. You know, just in case they need to rise from the dead and offer some ancient wisdom about irrigation. After all, who better to understand the importance of water than those who lived and thrived by the Nile for centuries? Next up, we're venturing into a realm where the living and the dead coexist in a way that's both fascinating and slightly unsettling. The City of the Dead. Don't worry, it's not a zombie apocalypse movie set, although it might feel like it at times. Imagine a sprawling necropolis, home to towering mausoleums, ancient tombs, and yes, actual residents living amongst the departed. It's a place where life and death intertwine, where ancient traditions meet modern-day struggles, and where you're guaranteed to get an Instagram photo that will make your followers say, "Wait, are you allowed to post that?" But be warned, this isn't a place for the faint of heart. You'll need nerves of steel, a strong stomach, and a healthy dose of respect for the departed to truly appreciate the raw, powerful beauty of the City of the Dead. Now, for a place that seems to defy the laws of physics and common sense, let's visit the Hanging Church. No, it doesn't actually hang from the sky, although that would be pretty impressive even for Cairo. The Hanging Church gets its name from its unique location, perched atop the ruins of an ancient Roman fortress. It's like the architectural equivalent of a double-decker sandwich, with history stacked upon history, all held together by a generous amount of ancient mortar. I once overheard a tourist swear the church was floating, having completely missed the massive stone columns holding it up. Look, I get it, the architecture is mind-boggling, but let's try to stay grounded in reality, shall we? Get ready to go underground, literally, as we explore the cave church. Carved into the Mokata mountain, this place is as much a feat of engineering as it is a place of worship. Imagine a cavernous space, dimly lit by flickering candles, with walls adorned with intricate carvings and murals. The air is thick with incense, the sound of chanting echoes through the chambers, and you can practically feel the weight of centuries of faith pressing down on you. It's enough to make even the most hardened skeptic feel a little bit spiritual. Or at the very least, it'll make you appreciate the dedication it took to carve an entire church out of solid rock. Next, we're delving into the world of ancient artifacts and historical mysteries at the Coptic Museum. This place is packed with enough relics to make Indiana Jones drool with envy, from ancient manuscripts to intricate tapestries. But here's a thought. Have you ever noticed how advanced ancient Egyptian technology was? The pyramids, the hieroglyphs, the uncanny ability to predict the flooding of the Nile? I'm not saying they had smartphones, but I am saying there's a suspicious lack of evidence to the contrary. So, keep an eye out for any suspiciously rectangular-shaped artifacts while you're exploring the museum. You never know. You might just stumble upon the ancient Egyptian equivalent of an iPhone. From ancient history, we're diving into a world of aquatic wonder at the Aquarium Grotto Garden. This whimsical spot is like a fever dream brought to life, with its artificial grottos, cascading waterfalls, and of course, fish, and more fish. But this isn't just any ordinary aquarium, folks. Oh no, this is a place where you can challenge yourself to find the fish that looks most like a famous Egyptian pharaoh. Is that a tilapia sporting Tutankhamun's headdress? Or a catfish channeling Cleopatra's eyeliner? The possibilities are endless and frankly, slightly disturbing. But hey, at least it's more entertaining than watching goldfish swim in circles, right? And finally, we're ending our journey at a place that's both somber and, if I'm being honest, a little bit embarrassing. The Unknown Soldier Memorial. This monument is a powerful tribute to the soldiers who gave their lives for Egypt, and it's a place that demands respect and reflection. Naturally, I managed to completely miss the memo. See, I was so busy admiring the architecture and the eternal flame that I accidentally wandered into the middle of a military parade. Let's just say, trying to explain to a group of very serious-looking soldiers that you're not actually a lost recruit, but rather a very confused tourist, is not an experience I care to repeat. So there you have it, folks. Cairo's hidden gems exposed. From ancient oases to haunted palaces, from underground churches to fish that resemble pharaohs, Cairo has something to surprise even the most jaded traveler. So next time you're planning a trip and someone suggests the pyramids, just smile knowingly and say, "Oh honey, please, those are so last dynasty." Trust me, after experiencing these hidden gems, you'll be wondering why you ever wanted to see those dusty old pyramids in the first place. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a vacation from all this exploring, preferably somewhere without mummies, military parades, or the constant fear of being offered sand for dinner.